KVPY comes with question number 2, and the question number 2 is asking differentiate between microsporogenesis and megasporogenesis. Which type of cell division occurs during these events? Also, the third part of this question contains name the structure formed at the end of these two events. So basically this question number 2 contains 3 parts in it. The first part is differentiate between the microsporogenesis and megasporogenesis. The second part is what type of cell division actually occurs during all these two events. And the third part of this question contains what are the structures formed at the end of these two events, such as microsporogenesis and megasporogenesis. So let's begin with the answer of question number 2. First of all, we will answer the first part of this question, that is, what is the difference between microsporogenesis and megasporogenesis? We have to differentiate between them. So first, we are going to discuss the microsporogenesis. Microsporogenesis is actually a process of formation of haploid gamete from diploid pollen mother cell, or we can say diploid microspore mother cell. So microsporogenesis is actually a process of formation of haploid gametophyte from diploid pollen mother cell or microspore mother cell. Now, if we talk about the megasporogenesis, megasporogenesis is also a process of formation of haploid female gametophyte from diploid megaspore mother cell. So these are the two events, these are the two processes occurring in the different parts of a flower, which will give rise to male gametophyte and female gametophyte. In case of microsporogenesis, as the name suggests, the process in which the microspores are going to be formed. Microsporogenesis is a process in which the microspores are going to be formed. What are these microspores? These microspores are nothing but pollen grains. These pollen grains are going to be formed from diploid pollen mother cell or microspore mother cell. So this whole process is known as microsporogenesis. In case of megasporogenesis, the formation of megaspore is going to be takes place. What is the megaspore? Megaspore? That megaspore is embryo sac. This embryo sac is going to develop from diploid megaspore mother cell. So these all two the processes, and this is the difference between microsporogenesis and megasporogenesis. Microsporogenesis is a process which occurs in the male reproductive organ of a flower and will give rise to microspores such as pollen grain. Megasporogenesis is a process which occurs inside the female reproductive organ, which is going to give rise to female megaspore such as embryo sac. So this is the difference between these two events, these two processes, that is megasporogenesis and microsporogenesis. Now we have to tell what type of cell division occurs during these events. So if we discuss in the microsporogenesis, which occurs in the male reproductive organ and is going to give rise to a male gamete or gametophyte or a male microspore known as pollen grain, we know that where does the development of these pollen grains, microspores or megaspores takes place? Inside the reproductive organs of their respective structures. Alright, if we talk about the microsporogenesis, then we know that stamen is actually a male reproductive organ which consisting of two parts, that is anther and filament. Inside the anther we have microsporangia. Inside microsporangia we have a special tissue known as sporogenous tissue and a special kind of cell known as microspore mother cell or pollen mother cell. These pollen mother cells present inside the microsporangia or pollen sac are diploid in nature. These pollen mother cells or microspore mother cells undergo meiotic division. So this is the division, this is the type of division which occurs in the event of microsporogenesis. What kind of division is taking place? Meiotic division is taking place to form a male microspore, that is pollen grain. So the pollen mother cells present inside the pollen sac undergoing meiotic division to form haploid microspores known as pollen grains. Whereas if we talk about in megasporogenesis, we know that megasporogenesis takes place inside an ovule which is present in the locule or ovarian cavity of a female reproductive organ. Now we know that a special kind of tissue, that is nucellus, and a special kind of cell known as megaspore mother cells are present inside the ovule. These megaspore mother cells are also diploid in nature, and being diploid in nature, they also undergo meiotic division to form haploid embryo sac or female megaspore. So both in the events of microsporogenesis and megasporogenesis, the division, the type of division taking place is meiotic division, which is also known as reductional division. So the reductional division or meiotic divisions are the type of divisions which are taking place during the process of microsporogenesis and megasporogenesis. Now here we comes with the third part of this question: what structures are formed at the end of these two events? So at the end of these two events, such as microsporogenesis, at the end of the process of microsporogenesis, we will get pollen grains, which are the male gametophyte, alright, or we can say microspores. And at the end of a process of megasporogenesis, we will get female gametophyte such as embryo sac, or we can call it megaspore. So now we have completed, and let's write the answer that first we will differentiate between the megasporogenesis and microsporogenesis. So first I am writing about the microsporogenesis. Microsporogenesis, a process of formation of haploid microspore from diploid pollen mother cell, or we can call it microspore mother cell. Where these pollen mother cells or microspore mother cells are present, actually they are present inside the microsporangias or pollen sac. So a process of formation of haploid microspore from diploid pollen mother cell present inside the microsporangia or pollen sac, inside the microsporangia or pollen sac. This process is known as microsporogenesis. Now in case of megasporogenesis, if we want to write megasporogenesis, then this is also a process of formation of megasporogenesis, megaspore, a process of formation of megaspore or a haploid megaspore. Haploid because the megaspores are actually haploid, because they are formed from the meiotic division. So always these gametophytes or microspore or megaspore, all these are the spores which are haploid in nature. So a process of formation of haploid megaspore from a diploid, from diploid megaspore mother cell, megaspore mother cell, which is present inside the ovule, which is present inside the ovule, which is female megasporangium. So this is the difference between microsporogenesis and megasporogenesis. Now if we want to write what kind of divisions take place or taking place during these two events, so if we want to write the second part of this answer, question, then pollen mother cells undergo meiotic division to form haploid microspore. So what kind of division you are seeing in microsporogenesis? That is meiotic division in case of microsporogenesis, and in case of megasporogenesis, megaspore mother cells also undergo meiotic division, which is reductional division. Alright, these two events are taking place through reductional division. So megaspore mother cells also undergo meiotic division to form female gametophyte or megaspore. Alright, so inside or during the event of megasporogenesis, what kind of division is being seen? Also in this we will see the meiotic division. Meiotic division takes place in megasporogenesis or microsporogenesis. Both in the events of microsporogenesis or megasporogenesis, the division type is actually reductional division or meiotic division. Now comes towards the last part of this question. Last part of this question contains what are the structures which formed at the end of these two events. So at the end of microsporogenesis, the pollen grains are going to be formed. All right. Now, and at the end of megasporogenesis, the embryo sac is going to be formed. So now we know that at the end of microsporogenesis, pollen grains are going to be formed, and at the end of megasporogenesis, the embryo sac is going to be formed. Now we have completed the solution of question number 2 over here.